Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Secretary Austin, General Milley, and General McKenzie for being here this morning. And Secretary Austin and General Milley, thank you for your effort to put into some historical perspective what happened in Afghanistan and for recognizing the incredible service and sacrifice of the troops who served there. General Milley, in a hearing before the Senate Appropriations Subcommittee on Defense in June, I explicitly raised concerns about the plight of at-risk Afghans due to our withdrawal, and I asked about the department's plans to evacuate them. Now, you indicated today that you thought we might be facing the kind of desperate situation that we saw in Kabul, but your response at that time was that, quote, lots of planning was ongoing, and this is end quote, and the State Department was leading efforts pertaining to evacuating our Afghan partners. And you explicitly told the committee that in your professional opinion, you did not see Saigon 1975 in Afghanistan. So I'm just trying to figure out why we missed, or from a public perception, it appears that we didn't anticipate the rapid fall of Afghanistan and Kabul and the rise of the Taliban and the way we saw it play out on television. And what did we miss?
I think, Senator, we absolutely missed the rapid 11-day collapse of the Afghan military and the collapse of their government. I think there was a lot of intelligence that clearly indicated that after we withdrew, that it was a likely outcome of a collapse of the military and a collapse of the government. Most of those intelligence assessments indicated that that would occur late fall, perhaps early winter. Kabul might hold till next spring. It depends on when the intel assessment was written. So after we leave, the assessments were pretty consistent that you'd see a general collapse of the government and the military. While we were there, though, up through 31 August, there's no intel assessment that says the government's going to collapse and the military's going to collapse in 11 days that I'm aware of. And I've read, I think, pretty much all of them. So, and even as late as the 3rd of August, and there's another one on the 8th of August, et cetera, they're still talking weeks, perhaps months, et cetera. General McKenzie can illuminate on his own views on the same topic. He gave his assessments at the same time. And although General Miller did, in many, many assessments, say rapid, fast, hard for collapse, he also centered into the October-November timeframe as opposed to August.
So how do we avoid that happening again?
I think the key, Senator, that we missed, frankly, we had some indicators, but we didn't have the full, wholesome assessment of leadership, morale, and will. There were some units, and I don't want to say negative things about these guys. There's 60, 70,000 of the Afghan service that were killed in action over the last 20 years. And many units did fight at the very end. But the vast majority put their weapons down and melted away in a very, very short period of time. I think that has to do with will, leadership, and I think we still need to try to figure out exactly why that was. And I have some suggestions, but I'm not settled on them yet. But we clearly missed that. I think one of the key factors we missed it for was we pulled our advisors off 3 years ago. And when you pull the advisors out of the units, you no longer can assess things like leadership and will. We can count all the planes, trucks, and automobiles, and cars, and machine guns, and everything else. We can count those from space and all the other kind of intel assets. But you can't measure the human heart with a machine. You got to be there.
Thank you. Secretary Austin, I'm about to run out of time, so you may want to respond to this on the next round. But one of the challenges with getting special immigrant visa applicants out of Afghanistan and this wasn't just a problem in the evacuation, this has been a historic problem that has gone over years, has been having the documents that show they actually served with our military. And DOD has been cited as the major problem in getting those documents. So again, how do we make sure that doesn't happen again in some future conflict where we need our partners on the ground to serve alongside of our military members, and I'm out of time. So hopefully you will answer that. Thank you.